Korea Real Estate Explained. Episode 7. Seoul versus the rest. The widening gap between the capital and regional markets. Korea's property market is not one market, it is two. Since 2015, Seoul and the capital region have consistently outperformed the rest of Korea in property appreciation. By 2024, the gap between Seoul prime and regional averages had widened to levels not seen in modern Korean history. This divergence has structural causes, not just cyclical noise. Understanding the difference is essential for anyone analyzing Korean real estate. Let's look at the data directly. This chart shows the KB apartment price index from 2015 to early 2026, rebased to January 2015 equals 100. 3 lines, 3 stories. Seoul, in gold, started at 100 alongside the others in 2015. Then from 2019 onward, it accelerated sharply, reaching nearly 180 at the 2022 peak. After the correction, it pulled back, but by early 2026, it had surged to around 187, a near doubling from 2015. Gyeonggi, in blue, tracked Seoul closely through the bull run, peaking around 166 in 2022. But the correction was deeper and the recovery slower. As of early 2026, Gyeonggi sits around 146. Non-metropolitan Korea, in red, tells a completely different story. It barely moved from 2015 through 2018, then caught up modestly during the 2021 to 2022 boom. But it never matched Seoul's gains, and by 2026, it sits at only around 105, barely above where it started 11 years ago. The gap is unmistakable. Seoul nearly doubled. The rest of Korea barely moved. Why is the gap widening? 3 structural forces. First, population is flowing to the capital. Korea's population outside the Seoul metro has been declining for 2 decades. Young workers move to Seoul for jobs. Regional cities age faster, reducing the buyer pool for quality property. Second, corporate concentration. Samsung, SK, Hyundai, LG, Kakao, Naver. Korea's major employers are overwhelmingly headquartered in or near Seoul. The job quality premium in the capital directly drives the price premium. Third, infrastructure investment asymmetry. GTX, Korea's Great Train Express expansion, new subway lines, and urban renewal projects are concentrated in the capital region. Infrastructure spending compounds returns in Seoul areas and does the opposite in provincial cities. That said, not all regional markets are the same. Busan is Korea's second city and a port hub. Marine City and Haeundae have genuine premium pockets. Tourism and retiree demand support prices. Still well below Seoul per Pyong, but with its own microcycles worth understanding. Sejong is the government city, built from scratch as the new administrative capital. Government employees provide stable demand. A younger demographic and a small market, but often disproportionately affected by policy cycles due to political exposure. Daejeon benefits from research institutes and tech parks. Daegu has a textile and manufacturing legacy. Both have local cycles driven by employment conditions and are less sensitive to Seoul cycles, more to local industry. Regional property also faces a structural ceiling that Seoul does not, the empty house problem. As of 2024, over 1.4 million housing units in Korea sit vacant. The vast majority are outside the capital region. In some rural counties, vacancy rates exceed 20%. Empty houses suppress regional price recovery. The demographic picture makes this worse. Korea's fertility rate, the world's lowest, means the population of regional cities will contract sharply over the next 2 decades. Fewer young buyers, more selling pressure from aging owners. Property in shrinking cities faces a secular headwind that cycles cannot overcome. And there is the supply paradox. Regional developers kept building through the early 2020s as part of government housing initiatives, even as demand weakened. Oversupply combined with population decline creates a compressing price environment that is structural, not temporary. 3 things to take away from this episode. 1. Korea's property market is bifurcating. Seoul Premium and regional Korea are not the same investment. Seoul, particularly the Gangnam Premium tier, is a global city asset. Many regional markets are declining population stories. They require fundamentally different analysis frameworks. 2. Gyeonggi satellite cities are the swing zone. Bundang, Hanam, Gwangmyeong, and Incheon Songdo are not Seoul, but they're close enough to benefit from GTX investment and spillover demand. Identifying which satellite cities have genuine Seoul connectivity is key. 3. Demographics are a 20-year headwind for most of regional Korea. With the world's lowest birth rate and continued rural to urban migration, the demand base for regional Korean property is structurally shrinking. This is not a cycle, it is a structural shift. Korea Real Estate Explained. Episode 7. Complete. Next episode, Remodeling versus Redevelopment. Daejeon versus Daegu, Korea's urban renewal machine. Subscribe at KRE Official and we'll see you there.